What-ho, everyone. Welcome on back. Fairly impromptu stream. I'm still trying to figure out like what exact schedule I kind of want to try to maintain. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to be going, but impromptu stream nonetheless, because I have a D&D session tomorrow. I DM for D&D, and I need maps, and I have an entire collection of maps from the video games that I enjoy, particularly Fire Emblem Engage, that I need to transfer over to flip chart paper. So I figured, well, instead of painting, I still have to actually like get a proper painting session going, because there's a lot of like, you might have noticed that compared to 1 second, we'll switch to the appropriate scene. You will probably notice that the camera is a lot more zoomed into where I work. This is something that I set up with the way that I have the webcam set up over here. This is a webcam that is kind of shining down. I want to move this a little bit. I want to move the webcam a little bit further over here so that it kind of follows my view, but that will take a little bit of work. But the way that I had it originally in mind was that I would also get a document camera. Document cameras seem to be kind of like the, oh hey, if you want to spend like 100 to maybe $200 on a camera for miniature painting, then this is the camera to go for. And what the fuck is up with the Stroll's head? You see a little dot there. Is this like cat food or something? Did my cats get reach here with their food? I'll paint over it eventually. But rather than like going into a proper painting session, where I was talking about the document camera. Like the document camera would kind of go in the middle of the entire view, and from there it would kind of hold on to everything. Well, you can still see all my paints over there. You can see the turntable. I was also actually thinking that I might be able to do that it might be fun to try to set something up with the turntable, but I would need to have it kind of a little motor going in the bottom, maybe like a camera here kind of pointing over it with a wooden background over there. Yes, hi! How are you? Are you a baby? Are you my little baby? Sorechka says, hello everyone. She says, thank you all for watching. But we are going to be drawing maps today, and now I am a big RPG fan. A little bit of backstory time here. My username, Crazy Myrmidon, comes from two sources. Of which the first and main source. Hi, baby. What's up? You don't want pets, but you want attention. What do you want? Do you want just some Scritchki? Baby, you know that the best spot for Scritchki is on my lap. You know that. Come here. No, I want to hunt flies. Right. My username comes from two sources. The first of which, chronologically speaking, was the Fire Emblem franchise. Specifically, a character named Joshua from Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. If you have access to the Nintendo Switch Online Plus subscription, you will be able to. You should be able to play the other Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem games, including Fire Emblem Sacred Stones and Fire Emblem. The Blazing Blade is what it is referred to in Japanese, which is usually how people refer to it as well, but it was released as Fire Emblem because it was the first Fire Emblem game released in the West. And the thing about the Fire Emblem franchise is that they have a lot of good maps. It's a turn-based Japanese SRPG. You take a turn, the enemy takes a turn. If you know Fire Emblem, you know Fire Emblem, and they have, at least the older titles, they have some very good maps with with nice little sub-challenges, which is like, okay, you have to push forward really far. Oh, 1 second, maybe. You have to push forward really far, and hopefully within that amount of pushing, you can get your hands on some special items, which you would lose access to if you didn't push forward aggressively enough. And that entire map concept, and like that method of approaching a map, I loved it. Like, I love it. I love that kind of design to bits. Like something that incentivizes you to actually put your characters out at risk, because if you just do it normally, it just goes by no problem, very easily. You don't have to worry about too much when it comes to keeping your characters and getting them moving from A to B. It's, well, you have the long-term things to keep in mind as well, but on a map-to-map basis, I think that having something in mind like that is so much better than the way that a lot of the, well, fairly recent Fire Emblem games have been doing it, which is, well, you just have a map and it's like, okay, here, big open battlefield. Have fun. I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff in my maps. I prefer there to be incentives. I prefer there to be some little things that you can do, like choke points and stuff that you need to be able to maneuver towards quickly enough for it to not mess over your movements when you should go through the map. And recent Fire Emblem games have not really had that. Awakening is famous for kind of being like, oh hey, here you go, and a nice open field with a bunch of different things kind of going through it. Kill all the enemies, have fun. Fates has a bunch of different maps where it's basically just like, okay, here you go, a nice wide open, easily progressible, like you easily just progress through the map and kill everything in your way, and then once you're done, you're done. Three Houses is especially guilty of this kind of map design, because it is a very large map. It is a very large game with multiple different routes that you can take. And with those multiple different routes that you can take, of course, they start to recycle maps and just kind of put you in a different position when you have to go. And it's like, okay, so I will send a force to the south, and we will send a force to the north. And with that in mind, we will be able to clear out the map and the enemies and make sure that everything make sure that you get delayed, and then we go to the next part of the story. Now, Fire Emblem Engage, on the other hand, they really spend a lot of time just kind of thinking up the maps and working on the maps and making the maps as much a challenge as like they're focused really on making them kind of like sub challenges. Like, oh, for instance, one of my favorite things, which is a staple actually from the Game Boy. Really, you want my attention? Oh, mommy, no. Like, it's a staple from the Game Boy games, which is that you are put in a situation where you have to, well, you can just kind of like move through the map fairly easily and fairly quickly as well, without necessarily having to worry about getting your hands, like, you don't have to put yourself into any risky situations or anything. But there's a lot of different houses kind of dotted all over the place, and if an enemy makes their way to that location, that place gets destroyed. You also see it kind of in Path of Radiance, and every now and then in Radiant Dawn as well. Yeah, come on, come up. Hey, baby. See here, Sora, the youngest of the two cats. She is a little baby, and she loves lying down on places where she will be in the way. I will put her on the lap and pet her, and pet this little baby. Yes, hi. You wanted some pets, but you didn't know how to. You didn't know how to accept that your dad was going to pick you up. Well, now he has put you on. You hopped up onto the table, and you are now receiving pets. And those kinds of maps with the... Yes, hi. Hello, my baby. Meows. Those kinds of maps with small little sub-objectives and things that you kind of have to push towards and set yourself at risk for to be able to get something that maybe in the long term helps you out a little bit more than just like not doing it, because back in those days you had limited amount, your items had durability, so you had to keep in mind that, okay, how am I doing in terms of weapons, and I have specific weapons against specific monsters. And it's a very good model, I find, for kind of like your maps, and I miss that in a lot of recent Fire Emblem games, but not anymore with Engage. But that is not to say that I have actually started out with copying over a couple of the Fire Emblem Engage maps for when they're relevant in previous D&D campaigns, and I have screenshots of all the Fire Emblem Engage maps except for like the first 2 or 3, which are fairly straightforward. And so I have screenshots of those. I have them in a nice big old Google folder. But I also realized that, like, in my free time, I stream. In my free time, I do miniature related stuff. I do D&D related stuff, but I also play first person shooters. And in this particular case, I'm thinking about Modern Warfare 3, because the way that a Modern Warfare map goes is that you kind of have your character. If you play against like League of Legends, you would probably be familiar with this kind of idea. But you have more or less 3 lanes with a couple of transition ways through it. So we have here. These are some lanes. These are some lanes. You start here. And there is one lane in the middle, and then there's all these different little pathways that kind of make the way through everything. And for specific, like normally I'd be like, okay, if in a competitive game, sure, this kind of thing is perfectly fine. Like, you'll probably recognize that if you watch League of Legends, you will recognize this as kind of like the symbols that they have for the maps for Summoner's Rift. And normally I'd be like, okay, in a competitive game, having this kind of set out like this, sure, that is fine. That is perfectly okay. Nothing to worry about per se when it comes to Cholechka, hi baby. Nothing really that you have to worry about when it comes to, well, flow, because if you set up the flow of the map properly, like put your little combat, like if you have like, okay, I have here the spawn, location A, location B, clash points, and then like the routes in between, then it's perfectly fine if you have like, okay, so here is where the combat can kind of be oriented around. Let's set stuff up around that. But in particular, I'm kind of like, well, those maps from Call of Duty, yes, little baby, you can actually use those maps in D&D as well, because map design is a lot more than just being like, okay, so you run around on the ground and you like have to think about like, okay, where's the high ground? Where can I sit? Where is there cover? Where is there no cover? Where do I have to take risks? And I told my players that the campaign that we're setting up it is a campaign in multiple arcs, or at least that's the idea that I have for it. So this particular first arc, I'm going to be drawing a lot of inspiration from Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem maps. But I'm thinking in this case that a Call of Duty map, particularly Call of Duty 2, Modern Warfare 2's Valderas Museum, might actually be a very good map for this particular first scenario that we're running into, which is a semi-stealth escape mission. Not sure if that's the best way to put it, but there is a situation. If you're familiar with Fire Emblem, you will know that more often than not, the start of the game includes an attack on what you know, and you have to go do something to kind of either set yourself up for the future or kind of undo or find a way to undo it. And that is kind of what I have set up. You'll spy here a couple of Dragonborn soldiers that that will be very relevant during the stuff. But with that in mind, I do have to go grab a couple of the sources. I'll put them up on the screen here, and as well on the stream, so that you can see what it is that I'm talking about. And I have here 2 sheets of paper. I'm thinking that for one of them, I will have Valdera's Museum set up for this very first session. 3 paths. I know the map fairly well. I know where you have to pay attention and kind of have the players be like, oh fuck, they planned this out a lot. And then I'll have another one for a map from Fire Emblem Engage. So with that in mind, we are going to start. Now, the thing that I always really enjoy doing when it comes to my D&D maps is I enjoy having, like in the margins here, I like having kind of like chess markings, like A to A1, etc., etc. And I enjoy having that because it helps keep everything in perspective for me as well. So I can always be like, okay, so they're going for objective. They're heading into C3. How far can they move? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it also helps out when copying stuff over, because that way you also know where the limits are of the map. Also, apologies if you hear some noise in the background. I have a good friend, Galuria. He is currently streaming on Twitch. He's probably the much more established streamer out of the 2 of us. Actually, that is not a probably. That is a definite. He's been streaming for years, and I always enjoy kind of having him on in the background. He's a very cozy dude. He mostly specializes on playing retro games. So if you're into that kind of thing, then I highly recommend you give him a check, even if you disagree with Twitch's business practices, which I do. I disagree with those business practices a good deal, and I would much rather just kind of like shift everything over to a different platform, which would be holding my streams. So I always enjoy just kind of setting up A, B, C, D, E, H, I, J, O, P, Q, S, T, U, V, W, X, and Y. I believe that one of these sheets of paper is like 25 by 30 squares. I think so. Now, I have done this this kind of map making on this desk before. Like underneath the mouse mat here, I have a good deal of battle marks. Like, you might actually be able to see a couple of them. You can see them here. Permanent marker and shit. Seven, 8, 9, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh. Oops. Oh well. 24, 25, 26, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31. I have a fair amount of maps saved up over the years from various bits of role-playing stuff, because most of my D&D experience comes from systems like Adventurers League, where I DM fairly frequently for my friendly local game store. Which, if you want to play D&D, I highly recommend you check out Adventurers League. It's for a little bit. So I have a lot of maps kind of saved up, and I kind of do want to keep an overview of them, because I kind of know what I can use and what I can't use. But in this particular case, for most of those maps, what I have is I kind of roll them up from... Like, I don't want people to be like, oh, hey, officedeals.nl. I don't want people to be like that. So usually I have, like, a name written down here and maybe a couple of, like, combat notes on the, like, actual map notes. I'll have them kind of, like, worked in here. But that will come later. I really need to think of, like, a better way to keep the maps kind of roll up, easy to roll up. I think I'll do everything in a 10x10 setup. Valderas Museum map. Games Atlas. Guess we'll kind of look at those. Featuring Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022, and map designed for the classic 6v6 core multiplayer battles. As part of the free content included in Season 2, set in the foothills of Spain, Ronda, España. Now, save image as. Fuck, it's WebP. God damn it. WebP is an annoying file format. I mean, I get why it's so prominent, but it's annoying. Image browse. Will OBS show it? It will! Holy shit. Amazing. Oh. This particular thing. Move that over there. So this is kind of what we're going to be doing. So you will see in the... at the very top of the map over there, that is where the players are coming from. That is where they have to, like, they kind of have to move through the map and see if they can make their way all the way over here. And so you can identify that there's a couple of points where that is easier to do than not. So, like, there's either the middle way, so the middle way is going to have fairly strong protection. You can kind of sneak through a couple of bits and pieces around as well. So I'm going to be copying that over, but one second, let me grab my coffee. Coffee is important. Where is my coffee? Okay. There we go. Coffee acquired. Don't you love this brown liquid gold? Put that over there. Now, I'm not going to be one-to-one copying Valdera's museum. I think that this is a little too square to be, for me to be able to properly copy it over. And you can also see kind of like, oh, there's little bits and pieces, there's little walkways and stuff that I would have to like designate a 5x5 square for. But this is going to be kind of like, oh, hey, this is kind of like, okay, you've run out of this first spot, and this is kind of where you end up, the castle, quote unquote proper, and kind of base it off of Valdera's museum. So there's going to be a garden here, or as well as maybe like having the walkway into the cathedral that's on this island. But we're starting out here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 is the middle. I will put a dot there for me to recognize that. M is the middle. That's why I'll have this 5x5 square, or 5x5 area that is the bridge. Now what I usually end up doing, because I'll probably show you a little bit better later on when we do reach the when we end up reaching the Fire Emblem maps, which is that they have on the maps themselves, they have like mini maps and stuff, which is like, okay, so you can move to this square, this square, this square, and this square. But then it's kind of like, oh hey, these squares here, like these two squares here are stairs going up somewhere, or they just have a little bit of like a different graphical flair to them. And kind of like my approach to that is I kind of want to make it very clear to my players where it is that they can move and where it is that they can't move through. So I'm kind of exploring different ways that I can do that. One of the which that I came up with was having the map details themselves be in lighter colors. And then the hefty, like, okay, so this is where you can't go, have them be in this Ecoline brush pen. Indigo brush pen. Then there is a little walkway over here. If I were to do this to scope, I would probably have to like have the game open separately and kind of just run around in it, and that's not really something that I feel like having. And I don't think that this PC can handle Modern Warfare 2. Like, this is my old PC. This kind of lined out. There is a little space here players can get through. Just leave them over here. As well as access to a door here. Kind of scooch this over here. There should also be another door there, but I don't think that like that I think is more so of a moving flow thing and not necessarily something that I need, that I want to have on the map per se. Here, I also just kind of realized that this doesn't necessarily kind of read as, oh hey, this is a lordly entrance that people would be walking into, but whatever. That is not necessarily my problem. 1, 2. This here, this is a little balcony. Lead over here. light blue line kind of like marking all that off, kind of being like, yeah, no, this is not where you can go. But I will here because there are stairs there, which, depending on the group that I'm playing against, is actually one of my go-to spots. It's a fairly wide balcony, so I think that I will kind of just leave it open. There, door. And that would probably be something for a light marker, and not the indigo one. Two, three, four. Now, the great thing of kind of like having different height elevations and such is, or at least the main thing that I kind of like about having these three distinct kind of like areas. So there's going to be the garden over here. Okay. There's a there's like the garden over here. There's the big central walkway over here, and then there's well, whatever the hell's over here. It's like you can set up three distinct encounter types for each of these different locations. Roommate just made it back. Gave me quite the fright. Because normally with my cats, what they do is they will run to the door of when they detect that someone is coming up. Only they didn't do that because they reached a point with my old roommate that they would do that. So I was always like, oh, the cats are going there. Door opens. Sure enough, yeah. Figured that was going to happen. But they didn't do that here, so I'm like, shit, sorry. This part over here goes out fairly widely. Move it out over there. Because this is not a place that you can go through. This here is a block, and these here are stairs. So this here is a big old walkway. And I'm gonna have to take a fair amount of miniatures with me tomorrow. Walkway. I think that I will need the walkway's length to be based off of this building here. That over there, I do want this to be a larger room. That there. This is a 10 by 10 room. It's kind of sealed off. Walkway through there. This is sealed off. And this is basically just like a big old doorway. I would probably consider this like a foyer area. You got like a foyer here. Maybe this is kind of like a little stable area. And there's just a lot of different places where my players would be able to go, but they wouldn't necessarily have a means to get in there. Close that off. There we go. You can't go there. 5, 6, 7. There we go. Because this is basically just like, oh hey, solid wall. You can't go through here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are bits of solid wool where you can't go through, and you can also kind of see that there. Only like normally there would also be something here, but there isn't. Oh well. Stairs. 1, 3, 4. Midway. 8. So you kind of see like, okay, those are stairs up, leading to this walkway, which is a fairly long walkway. The areas here, kind of like the blue areas over here, they're too small for players to walk into, so that's why I'm kind of sealing them off there. Now I also see that the garden has fairly sizable structures kind of dotted in it. I will more likely than not kind of be like, okay, so there is a statue here, I would say. Yeah, because that particular area on the map is actually fairly big, very open, so kind of leave that as that at the moment, so I'll figure something out for it later. And for this part here. Should be a 2x2, so it ends up over there. That's over there. Down, and up. Now this leads you to a section of building. Continues to be wall over here. And walkway there. I will say that there is a 5-foot pillar there that my players can hide behind. Walkway through there. Dot, 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 dot. Walking through it, and then here there's a 5-foot access way there, which leads you up to the 10 feet high area. This here is then a solid wall. Because this is a lengthy walkway, that'll be roughly about whereabouts it gets. So, like, if my players were to make their way through here, they would probably hear people kind of like storming through here, or if they get through here, there would be like people on the walkway kind of shooting down at them. Because the players, as they're getting away from this particular location, need to kind of get the feeling that they are being hunted. And it is a landing that's there, so this actually goes out a little bit longer. The fact that I actually have a fair amount of experience on this particular map really kind of helps out with kind of like reminding me of all those small little things that I have to keep in mind when drawing everything out. 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, this is all one level. There's a fairly lengthy part of high level, kind of leading through a fair amount of the through a fair amount of everything, and I might also just have like a couple of dots of something to be like, okay, this is inside and this is outside. But then again, this is predominantly just me drawing the map. Okay. Now there is these doors, as you kind of break out of them, there is a solid stone structure there. Additional 10 feet over there. And this leads just a little bit over here. There being a little structure over here. You can really hide behind. Get over here. But there is a lengthy walkway kind of leading over here. And then some stairs back up. Six, seven, and 8. There, kind of run up there. And then up next we have a pavilion. Things kind of just like blocking everything, so this will be one of those instances in which I'm like, yeah, no, you can't necessarily move through there. Not because there is a big thing there, but because, well, you physically just can't move through it. And that's why I'm kind of like, well, maybe the lighter color would be a better thing to go for when helping my players identify what it is that they can and can't go through. But then again, in Fire Emblem, the places that you can't go through are darker, so I'll have to page their ask their opinions of them. I will have the same thing set up. Two, three. They can't move through there. Just squeeze through there. That was probably not the best of ideas. But then there is a large area until you kind of reach this place here. I'll have it be half. And then there's another pillar over here. And a big old pillar that kind of moves up all the way over here. Over here. Two, three, four. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. There we go. Can't go through there. It's hella solid. One, two, three, four, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over there, and then there's just a little walkway over there, so normally this would also slant, but walkway that leads to a sizable room. Those flies are really annoying. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, there we go, there we go. That over there. There's the extent of that. Would normally be there is a door there, so I want to just kind of like get this here and kind of just like I wrote that as all inaccessible terrain. This is kind of like a big old plaza. Or like it is a big old plaza. Everything here is kind of a no-go. I do have to think about what to do with the garden itself. I will say that there's a fountain here. To draw a big old circle. It's all about like here, it's like this square. Kind of like the lynch point. Meh. Hi, buddy. Meh, meh. Hi, buddy. I do kind of want it to be nice and open here, so I will have this room here kind of dip in like that. And this is a larger room here. Because there's a little like thing that you can drop down about like here-ish. It leads you to this little hallway here. Look at everything over there. There is a enter here. It kind of extends just beyond. Walkway over there. Door. Door. And the little walkway that comes out is about here-ish. There would be a pillar underneath there. Meow, meow, meow. Little buddy. Gigi is my little buddy. I guess the wood actually kind of connects to here. Dot. Solid line there. Slides off over there. Make the walkway about there-ish. Can spy through it just fine. Oh, buddy. This hair. Seven, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Oh, there's a little there, something over there. This is actually one of the flag locations. So it does feature fairly prominently. Move that over there. Lock that off. Lock that off. Lock that off. There we go. And this is also the extent of how far this area here reaches. That way down over there. Go. Beep, 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 beep. And this is a 5 foot high. 5 foot over there. Now go over there. Sip of coffee. Very important. Kind of see over here that there is a cover that they can face through. And I think I will add some stairs over here. 8. Kind of lead up there and then there's also a bit of cover over here. Go. Solid line. As I kind of do want to indicate that you can climb up here. You can climb up over there. Go. I have to quickly double check something. Now this is a neat and narrow walkway over here. Actually, also kind of gives me the room to check a bit of detailing. This is kind of like a. What is the fuck? Now you see, that's the problem with kind of like traversing something that is that is built for 3 dimensions, kind of setting that into a 2-dimensional grid-based thing. Is that you're like, oh wait, that's a circular room, but I didn't account for that here. Setting everything up. The walkway does kind of end up over there, so there. And this would be a walkway. I guess then in that case that I would just kind of like close that off. And have the stairs kind of just like come out over here. Anything very easy. so that is kind of like a stairway that kind of curves up here to this walkway up here. Hi, buddy. So I'm going to highlight that this here is open. There's a big old area here where you can kind of walk through there. You already got food. What do you want? Buddy, are you trying to get me to worry about my own food, huh? Is that what you were trying to do? Is that what you're trying to do, buddy? Little buddy. Come here. No, he does not want pets. He is not a little buddy. But he is. He's the biggest buddy. Now this map is going to be absolute fucking chaos. I'm looking forward to running my players through this. Incredible. Now, I have to admit that this particular, the rest of this map, I'm not entirely sure how that goes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. That is the point. The midpoint. Something kind of just like there. Pythagoras on this bitch. 2, 3, 4, 5. This. Here's the start of a building. I'll kind of give my players a building that's, or a map that's kind of fairly sizable from the get-go to kind of be like, okay, so how do you get away? What are you going to do? You know the castle layout, you know that there's a fairly large and open garden there, but you might end up running into a situation in which you get shot at a lot, but, well, maybe you do, maybe you don't get shot at. In the middle there, you might actually get like people that actually try and physically stop you, and then there's like a couple of other walkways and stuff that you kind of get through where stuff gets pelted at you. I need to think about how I'm going to go about that. That is a bit of encounter design. This part of the map over there on the left is so weird to me. And I say that lovingly. Like, you have all this space over here that you don't use, like, at all. I'll extend this out here, then. There. I guess now this here would also this would be a walkway into the cathedral. Like, this would be kind of where the cathedral is. So if they kind of head over here, I will have enemies kind of burst through here. doorway. They might not read it as such, but that is good because you aren't supposed to go there. Probably have like a horde like 10, 20 fallen or something. It's like 5, 6 fallen kind of burst out there at the beginning of the next turn. Square room. Like the walls that would be kind of thinner. Like this map is an absolute mess. I'm looking forward to running it though. Solid wall. There to there. There we go. You can't go through there. But a player character can fit in there. I think what I'll do then is kind of have a statue over here. Statue. Thing there to be like, yeah, no, that's the hands. 2. There we go. That should be clear that that is a statue. It's not, but it should be. Hey, buddy. You are my buddy. You're a Smollett. And I get to run a whole horde of first-level adventurers through all of this. Fun. Right, that is not the first map done yet, because I still have all the garden to do. And you'll hear me just fine, I hope so. If not, sucks to suck. I will have it kind of extend to about here-ish. What's up, you butt? This does give me a nice space. Actually incorporate something from the map itself. That is something from the actual map. Take Kind of realized now that I could have shifted this circle over here. But, whatever. Oh, little baby pawing away. Okay, do I want to add anything else here? I think that what I will do is add little dots on the lines where you can actually go through everything, but it is simple. Actually, don't look at me like that. You already got your food. You're not getting more. I can tell what's going through that one brain cell that you have. It's actually sealed off. This over here. What a storage area. Could always said that this, like this red mark over here, I accidentally fucked up and put on there. Could always just say that that is blood. Right. Well. I will consider this map done. It's a hot mess. Steamy hot mess, but it's serviceable. There's 1, 2, 3 entrance ways that you can get there. There's ways there, 2 ways that you can go there. Well, 1 way that you can go there. And to get to this section here, you get 1, 2, 3 entry points. Transition over. This area you have 1, 2 transition points over. Maybe 3 if you count this room as a thing. Here to get here, you have 1 access point, 2 access points from like the starting point, and then like a fun way around over there. If you kind of start over here, you kind of stay on this side. There's like 1 way over that you can get over this way. Then like you have to get over here to get over to the next point, and then nothing else over there. So that will be some map design that I think about. Maybe on this side I will put more enemies to make it be like, well, this area is risky. Much more stuff over there. Well, that is this map. Now roll it up. Now to add a little note to the side here, indicate where this map is, what this map is. Valderis Museum. Grab some tape. And a pen to kind of mark off what this is, because you probably won't be able to get won't get to see all of it. There's museum. Put it over here, kind of on the halfway point. Whether this will hold, I am not sure, because it's a gel tip pen that I was using for that. And how that reacts to being on painting tape, I'm not sure. Give it a good, nice roll. Taping it shut. I do have to say that I'm beginning to actually get fairly hungry. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of a break and eat my food. And then after I am done eating my food, I will come back and set everything up for the next map, which I will determine which map it will be by consulting my good friend Google. And rolling randomly. There we go. Right. There we go. There's museum. Plop that over there. See you guys in a few. And we're back. Sorry though that took a little bit longer than expected. I had food, and food is nice, as usual. But now that we are done with the Modern Warfare 2 map, we are now going to be switching on over to our Fire Emblem map. And for that, I will need to bop over into my Google Drive, because that is where I have my list of maps and all my screenshots. So you will have to forgive me for just a hot second. We have a bunch of maps. That I can do. Let me filter that on false. So I have in total I have 49 maps that I can go do at the moment, ranging from such classics as Flora Milltown, Firene Castle. One second, let me pull that up. Firene Castle, the Mountain Settlement, the Grand Crossing, Brodia Castle, Fort on the Boulder, Destinia Cathedral, Tula Desert, the Oasis Village, Solm Palace, Northern Fortress, Azure Coast, Flora Port, Routes to Elusia, Lithos Castle, Ruined Lithos Castle, Lava Fields, Mountainous Region, the Portal Between Worlds, Dragon Temple, Berserker's Hollow, Hero's Sanctuary, Magma Cavern, Underground Passage, Altar of Destiny, Garden, Bracelet Garden, Verdant Garden, Royal Road, Vigilant Forest, Desert Stronghold, Fallen Somnial, Tea-Field Village, Arena of the Gods, Plain of Wind and Swift Winds, Fort of Hope, Sacred Tomb, Crossroads of Fate, Dark Ruins, River of Light and Dark, Bridges in a Row, Frozen Fortress, The Binding Grounds, Forgotten Shrine, The Broken Castle, and Garden of Memories. Those are 49 maps, of which there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of which that I will not be doing. In particular, these maps are Solm Palace, Routes to Elusia, Dragon Temple, Hero's Sanctuary, Desert Stronghold, Fallen Somnial, River of Light and Dark, Bridges in a Row, and Garden of Memories. Why will I not be doing these maps? Because they are too large to fit on a single sheet of paper. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 maps less. That means that I have to generate a random number between 1 and 40. And then that will be the map that we go and do. So, in this case, I am going to rely on my trusty old friend, some dice. $2d20. With these 2d20, we're going to determine which map we do. That is map number 19. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We are doing Magma Cavern from Divine Paralogue 4, the Radiant Strategist. Now, for those of you who have played Fire Emblem, either Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn, you will know this map. It is Magma Cavern. There we go. It is a staple. As you travel through, download, unfortunately, I don't necessarily have any actual references for it. Like, I don't have any reference footage of what it looks like on the inside. This is what the map looks like. And I can basically just kind of like go off of eyesight when it comes to this, but most importantly would be just getting the dark blue in there to be like, yeah, no, you can't go there. But before we do that, of course, we mark the sides. How big was this map? I'll look that up later. Actually, no, I'll look it up now. If you engage maps, Magma Cavern was 23 by 30. 30, so I can start A to B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. And with that, I should be able to map out roughly whereabouts everything is. Now, I also have a bunch of extra reference photos for this map's unique mechanics, which is that you will spy in the middle of that picture, near the bottom and at the very top, you will spy that there is some pockmarked terrain. Now, if you end your turn in the middle of that pockmarked terrain, you will get blasted by rocks and meteors and stuff. Fun, I know. So I now have to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. 3, 4, 5, 6. That is another 3. Yeah, that's another 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, and down. Can you tell that I already have a lot more stuff that I know what I can do with this? I'm a lot more confident in kind of how I'm going to be doing this map than the other one, because this actually has a grid layout. So, no, I need blue, I need red. So, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. God damn it. 10. There we go. How many is that up? That is 3 up. 1, 2, 3. And then dip. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. This here goes to there. 3. 1, 2, 3. One, 2. then 2 up from here. 2. Is that? That is 4 tiles up on this side here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh god, this really gets me back in the mood to play more Fire Emblem Engage. Or just go for another playthrough. See, that is kind of like the mark of a good Fire Emblem game in my eyes. When you get reminded of how good the game is, that you're like, oh hey, I kind of want to play through it again. I do believe that that is actually open. Come on with 2. Yes, it does. So it goes up here. Oh, that means that there's a choke point. Four. 1 divot. 2 divots. 3 divots. And then indeed a 3 by 3 square here. Now, you might be asking, and I'm asking this, and I have asked myself this before as well, how exactly do these maps kind of transfer over to D&D, which is, well, very clearly a 30-foot movement. If you allow diagonals, it gets even crazier. I am actually kind of debating doing away with that rule for this campaign, because that isn't an option in D&D, is that you move diagonally, and that counts as 5 feet. And like if you have a, let's grab this Dragonborn soldier, sword, shield, spear. Starts here. Then depending on which variant of the rules that you go with, you can go like, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you can go, if you start from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you allow diagonal movement, the units have or your players have a lot more options in terms of where they can go and where they can move. And considering that a lot of these maps are kind of built around slowly making, built around the conscious choices that you have to make to moving around there, I am actually kind of debating telling my players, yeah, no, I have to double check everything, see how it works with the maps, and if it doesn't work with the maps, I will take away the opportunity to move diagonally. Or be like, yeah, no, a square diagonally is 7.5 feet. So that means that to move 2 squares diagonally, you would have to expend 15 feet of movement. Because in D&D, you always round down with how much you can move. So if it's 7.5 feet, it's like, okay, so you move there, but that is 5 feet of movement. 10, 15, 20, 20, 25, 30. But if you move diagonally, it's, okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Instead of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gets you 1 square further, but it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which gets you a little bit further. So I kind of really have to put some thought into how to do this and how I would explain this to my players if I do decide to go through with it. Because with me, they're used to being able to move diagonally 5 feet and not having to worry too much about it impeding their movement as much. It really is just a matter of like, okay, how loyal do I want to be to the Fire Emblem Verisimilitude, and how much of it can I let go in favor of something like, oh hey, we're just playing D&D here. We aren't playing Fire Emblem, the tactical role-playing game. Although that would be fun. I would enjoy that a lot. Over there passes that, so this is another 5 foot. Or is it? No, it isn't. It's this here. Normally I'd be like, you know, I have to redo this now, but no. Or I can't really tell based off of the map. Like, I'm actually physically looking at the little bits of the map over here. Far up in the corner over there, and I can't tell. If I have to redo it, oh well, whatever, I'll like line up there. But that would come out about like here-ish. Then across. Then 3 up. Three up. Little dip in there. Two across. 2. Now this here. It's roughly about there, and then it's just a straight line across like that. 1 over. I believe that is 3 up. Yeah, that's 3 up. Let's see. Keep looking over there on the other side of the screen. 2, 3. That goes in there. But this is in the middle here, so there. Two divots. 3 divots. That's 2 across. Like, this map is absolutely the kind of map where things with a flying speed or a climbing speed would be able to get through everything fairly easily. There's layers of just like volcanic terrain. So I think that the way that I might actually kind of differentiate the heights and that this is difficult to get through is kind of just like using circles. Kind of like, yeah, no, this is like an elevation change marker. But then we also kind of go over to even further up here and reach the final set of stuff. But I do also have to keep on marking on the side of it here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 14. I actually have a coffee bar here. Actually, this is going so smoothly that I'm kind of like, well, I can probably do like one more map after this is done. There we go. Fresh coffee. Fresh lifeblood for the fresh lifeblood for the blood god. Goes over there. And cross by 2. Cross by 2. Down by 1. Cross by 3. Yeah, that maths out. 1, 2, 3. Go for that. Divots over there. Then it is a 3x3 over here. But it's not really 3x3. Just kind of mark where it is. 3. There's another 3 down over there. There's 4 down over here. You can kind of identify that this particular is like, okay, this is a pool, this is a pool, this is a pool, and everything there is also kind of just like filling. I think it might be best if I kind of go off of other things. So there. Maybe whereabouts it gets to. Coffee, always good. And this is 4. This Inham over here lines up with the with the 3x3. Move that over there. And this is just a divot 2 across Inham over here. I remember this Inham saving my life when I was going saving the particular run that I was going through the first time around, because the thing that I really like about Fire Emblem Engage is that it gives you tools to undo big mistakes that you make in with like the Dragon's Hourglass. And that also kind of lets you, or it gives you the opportunity to be a little bit more lackadaisical with how you do things. And that is not necessarily always the best of ideas. So I have had many runs where I'm like, well, fuck this all. I kind of have to redo it. in. Four up over here. And then over 3 over here into this particular part. Then this would normally be like where you deploy first line of resistance. You kind of have to get through to the other side. Let's go up to 30 for this. So it is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. There. I think that what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be kind of like dotting out whereabouts the end of the map is. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. It's probably some of the most tedious stuff I've done ever. Not being able to use Excel for dotted lines? Oh my god. Ay, 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 qué dolor, qué lástima. Un problema muy grande, ¿no? Now this leads to another cave entrance, I can imagine. Beep. Too big! Sorry about touching the microphone. Roll up, please. Thank you. There we go. Dot out the final line. There we go. And now we get to the fun stuff, which is the traps on the maps. Let me check out how these things look before I commit to doing anything. I mean, I know how red looks. Let me check out brown and orange. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing I'll be doing it in orange and then adding another layer of fine lining in red. here, so this one doesn't have anything. So kind of mark it out with orange. Now this area here, two by two here. Big old crater. Big old crater over there. Big old crater over there. I don't think that reaches over there, and this is one of those things where it's like, yeah, no. If I'd known in advance before actually going through everything in the DLC, I would have taken notes of this stuff. Like, okay, where is this? Where is what? There we go. Get some additional red layers, and then I think I'm going to be going in with brown to kind of mark out where all the untraversable stuff is. Highlighting everything that is lava. There we go. Now this entire 3x3 area. I have more references. One second, let me grab and pull those up. To image. That is fairly big. Punk that over there. Don't necessarily need to have that on my screen. As nice as Pokemon soundtracks are. Three image. And then also 4 image. 4 image. Which is the very top one. Oh wait, over here there's a chest, that's right. Okay, yoink. Shrink that down. 3 image, shrink that down to over there. Shrink things down a little bit, and if I need an image, I'll pull it up. Thereabouts. Okay, so this image here would be there is basically like this one square over here where nothing really touches you. This over here. This over here. It is a 2 by 3, so this. This. All that in here is a trap. So let's start off with a couple of big old circles. And a bunch of smaller ones. Fairly big one there, small one there, small one there, small one there, small one there. This one here is a fairly big one. Over there, half circle there, half a circle there. Circle there. There's one connecting from here. Time to add detailing. Ugh. Making my life difficult. Two, carefully, very gently. Pull that nonsense going. Go to the next one. And that is all the circles for that particular mess of a trap. If that's for this here, then there's a 2x3 over here. There we go. Big circle there. Smaller circle here. Even smaller circle here. And the final small circle there. Missing something. I am missing traps on the far left by the looks of things. trap. This here is a trap. I might actually look up and see if the FE wiki has a Fire Emblem wiki magma cavern. It is the Kauku Caves. Fucking appreciate a map. Chapters. Price block retreat. Forward one, please. Forward one. Magma cavern, thank you. Engage. Chapters. I want Divine Power, Love the Radiant Strategies, please, and thank you. I appreciate a map. Of course, no map. Great. Not really. Strategy. Subjective. No, really? Incandescent glow. Considering how similar the traps there are, I might actually just stick to some of the traps from this particular area. Keep that back open. Yeah, that's a trap, that's a trap. That's all clear. I think that this was kind of like outlined as a trap. Because if it is physically this map, then but I also noticed that they've moved around some of the things, so I will do what I normally do when I have questions about Fire Emblem Engage's maps, and that is go to Omega Evolution. No, not those buttons. Out. Evolution, Fire Emblem Engage. The Radiant Strategist. Celica 23. Bad ending and female units only. He does not have a version of this. Link Master. shut this up. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, so it's this here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I was right about this, right about this. This is a 2 by 2 square. This is a 3 by 3, 2 by 3 square over here. 1, 2, 4. I think this is supposed to seal up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that should be good enough. Say that there's just one over there. Nice big one over here. One over there. One over here. Over there. One over there. Over there, one over there, one over there. This one down here is just like a very big one. Another one over here, and a small one over there. This one starts with a big one over here. Over there. Big one over here. Big one over here. One over here. Big one over here. One over here. I actually have to go through everything at all that little bits, those little bits of detail. I'll see how that looks when I actually have it wrapped up, because I do think that this is basically most of the map kind of almost done. But now that I have this open, actually, I can always double check how it all kind of compares, because there is a chest over there. marks there. That would kind of be in line with this here. Okay, looks like basically in general it is 2 off from the edges. If I do outlines and stuff. So I will do just that. Go. Let's go with this. Concentration here. Actually, do kind of look like how that looks, but I can basically just add whatever I want there. Little bits of detailing. 1, 7. There we go, and now it is basically just a matter of doing rock symbols and shit. On the sides, do I want to do that? I personally would be fine with not doing it. I'm not gonna lie. I think that I will do the edges just to indicate where the lava is, especially on this part over here, because you can get flying troops kind of going over the lava here, and everything else doesn't have any lava involved. So this part here is 2. This is 2. 5. And then I would go through all the trouble of kind of just like painting this up with yellow and brown and orange and shit, but I'm not going to do that. I think with this, I actually have most of this mapping done. There's a third direction that you have to go through here, there. For what it's worth, I'm actually pretty happy with this map. So yeah. Let me actually grab a proper pen for the marking. 1 second. Right, proper pen acquired. Hold that way up. I'm thinking, how long have I been live? 3 hours. I think that it would be a good point to kind of wrap up, so I can actually just like finish up the prep itself. Mapmaking. Grab some tape. About this much. What was the map code? It's a E-DIPA 04. I need to get a new filling for this pen. E. Divine. Paralog. Pro 4. Yeah, and with that, we're done for today. Go. Nice short 6 hours. 6 hours. 3 hours. Making maps. Yep. Yep, we'll go with that. Have a little lip there that can always pull the map open. Which is always good to be able to do. Especially when you move around with these things. Like I have a nice red tube that I can use for transporting stuff. But you still have to be able to keep the paper together. So for that I use artist tape. At least I think it's called artist tape. It's schilder tape in Dutch. Basically like fairly easily removable tape. Usually made very cheaply. And because it's easily removable, you can easily reuse it for stuff as well. Now, interestingly enough, this Magma Cavern was one of the 2 lava maps in Fire Emblem Engage. The second one being Lava Fields, which is was actually also a very interesting map design. But for that one, I had in mind that, like, one of the reasons why I'm kind of like slowly making my way through all the Fire Emblem Engage maps and don't already have them all done, is because for the maps that have like unique mechanics where you can change stuff up and move your like the map changes on occasion, and for those maps what I had in mind was that I would actually like have a piece of this flip chart paper and just like have cut out little bits and pieces of it to kind of be able to fold in and out. Yeah. With that in mind, we're done for the day. For those of you who do end up watching this, I've been monitoring the views in the meanwhile. I don't see that one person showed up. Oh. For those of you who do end up watching this stream back in the highlights later on, thank you all very much for doing so. If you haven't already done so, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm currently in progress of reaching 100 subscribers for the sake of changing out my channel name because, well, YouTube doesn't let you do that unless you have 100 subscribers. So I'm in the progress, slowly making my way over in that direction, and any and all help is very much appreciated. If you're willing to give it, of course. If I've done enough to earn it with just me rambling, I don't think I have, but whatever. You can always ask. It's not up to me to determine whether I have or haven't earned it. I'm just doing my thing here. Next stream, I'm thinking, because I do kind of need to move that webcam a little bit further. Only I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to do that without completely just destroying the thing that I have hanging up there. So I might just find something that I can swing out over it, or drill a hole in the shelf that the webcam is on. A nice big hole that I can attach the stick in that will move the webcam out like 20 centimeters or so. But for that I will have to see. But the next stream will be a painting stream. I would have, if I had had time, I would have painted up this fairly prominently featuring a miniature for the game tomorrow. But because I don't have the time for it, he will unfortunately go in Zenithal. Kill sad. How sad. it's not really that sad. But it's still worth noting. Like, I'm thinking, like, okay, how would I go about that? Okay, just like focus all the attention there on the upper part, wings and stuff. Do I go with true metallics for this guy? I don't particularly care too much about displaying it. He's an Abishai for the sake of having an Abishai. Thinking paint schemes for this guy now, and it's I'm actually looking forward to getting a proper painting stream in, which will probably be next stream, which I am likely to hold on Monday, but I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be Monday. And if I do end up doing that, I would probably end up painting another miniature. But I guess we'll see once we reach Monday. Thank you all very much for watching. Very much appreciate it if you do show up. If you did subscribe, thank you very much. It means the world to me. And I will see you all in the next stream.